I say, here at Kajun Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Let them have it with no problem.
Hello, everyone, and good morning on this TGIF. How's everybody doing this morning? First in the chat today to get that pie point is Mr. Papa Smurf. Hello, and welcome. Then we have, the chat. Lee Eats, I believe that's Miss Irma. And maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but I'll just question that one. Moon Goddess Treasures, hello, and welcome. Miss Crystal, how are you doing? Paul Love, Value Resells, good morning, hello, and welcome. Telling everybody hello. Cha-Cha's in the house. The Junkin' Data Girl, how are you doing this morning, Cha-Cha? Good to see you. Hope everything's going well. Flippin' Mike, hello, good morning and welcome. Wendy said today is TGIF. Good morning, everyone, in this busy reselling meetup weekend. Yes, there's a lot of different meetups. Saturday doing a virtual YouTube reseller meetup. Oh, cool. Well, good morning and welcome, Wendy. Chat just flew on me here. Nana Tink's in the house. Good morning, Nana. How are you doing, everyone in the chat? Have a fab. Yes, we are actually having a meetup today with Backroad Bidder Chuck, hopefully his wife Marcy, Alt Country Sales Amber, and Mike, which is in the chat at Flippin' Mike. So hopefully that'll be a great one. I'll have my video camera, my GoPro, and my batteries all ready to go. I even emptied out the SIM card yesterday. Yinzer Picker, hello, good morning and welcome. Patrick Murphy, hello, good morning and welcome. Mr. Keith in the house. KND Flips, hello, good morning and welcome. Mr. Glenn, all the way from New Orleans, in the meetup in New Orleans. I saw the little short video that was out yesterday that y'all put out. Pretty cool. So hello and welcome from Louisiana. Thrifty Junker, Miss Dina, hello, and welcome. That's my comments. I am on Facebook as well. Everybody's saying good morning. Thrifty Junker saying hello. Little Debbie, hello, good morning and welcome. Good to see y'all this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Going to get through the hellos here. Everybody's just talking. Irma. Irene, I'm so sorry. Lord Jesus, I messed that up. I kept thinking in my mind I was going to say it correctly and I still messed it up. I am doing well. Thank you, Cha-Cha. Stephen, hello, and welcome. How are you doing this morning? Let's see here. If anyone here knew Susan Gills, I just got news that she passed away this morning. Susan Gill, not the one that's been in the chat. I don't know if that was her name. Ouch. I'm not sure who that is now. Awesome. One day I hope to meet up with some of you resellers, maybe in the fall or winter. Yeah, we're going to have to make that happen. Thank you so much, Keith. Yeah, it happened Monday night and Tuesday morning. They turned everything on for me. So that was pretty fast. Good morning, SSK Promo. How are you doing this morning? Good to see you. Let's see. To everyone that is not Johnny, I love it. I like that one. I used to just say hello to everybody. Victoria didn't have her morning show. I couldn't find it. Yeah, she said she wasn't going to do it, I think, while she was there, but she was going to do some live clips. But I'm not sure if she was going to do it actually or not. Hello, Kat. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for the nice and kind messages you've been leaving on my Facebook post. No show. Yep. She wasn't doing any shows. I think even Larry wasn't doing any while he was on the meetup. So without further ado, please give a warm and loving welcome to our guest today. And let me get the thing in here so I can also pin it on the top when I go bring up. No, that's not what I want. Copy. There we go. Miss Melanie. Hello. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, everybody.
All right. I'm going to post this and I'm going to pin it at the top so y'all can have it. Her channel link is right there. I just posted it and I also pinned it. So that way, if you want to get her link, there it is. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start off a few questions here. She said she was going to sleep in due to the oversleep. I was not doing the. Oh, okay. So everybody's just talking back and forth. All right. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself, like maybe just a short summary of who you are and where you're located, and then we'll go from there. And hopefully we can get this started for you. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Melanie from Serendipity by Melanie. I just started YouTube on January 30th, and I had bought out one antique store, vintage items and antiques, a few years ago, and I sold on Facebook, and I worked very hard at it part-time, and I managed to use that money and build my tiny house. I live in 220 square feet. And then I happened to buy another one that's like 160 square feet from my office, and that's where I sit right now. So tiny house living. So I have about 70,000 items to sell, and I'm just working my way through it.
Wow, that is awesome. Let's see. Keith, thank you so much. Again, it's not necessary, but I really appreciate it. So as y'all know, I do have a little clip for those who do those super chats or super stickers. As of right now, this is my first little clip, so I will be preparing for more, and I'll talk a little bit more about what I'm doing gradually for you as my community supporters. And so with that being said, this is for you, Keith. All right, let me get to it here. All right, there we go.
The dollars, let me have it, please. I got the dollars. Let them have it. You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Let them have it.
So that's for you, Keith. Thank you so much. I love it. Everybody loves it. Let's see. Everybody saying hello. Sure, it had to be her being long. Good morning, Alexa. How are you doing? Nice to meet you. So we'll go ahead and get some questions for y'all. I'll have a few because I've been watching her channels. She has been in the channel with us, supporting the channel, and great questions when she has questions. So we'll go ahead and get started with some typical questions, and then if you have any, we'll go ahead and get those. And if you are with a question, please put the word question in capital letters, or just put it will definitely pop out on my end, so you will see it. Also want to say hello to Bemos. Hello, good morning and welcome. I'm getting chills every time I see one of these in the chat now. Thank y'all so much. Flipping Goodies. Hello, good morning and welcome. Good morning, Jennifer in the house. And Jennifer gave that comment to me yesterday about pinning the guest's information at the top. So because it's the first full hour, if you're looking to find out more about Miss Melanie, her link is at the top in the blue box. You're more than welcome to get that link and check it out. You'll be surprised who she knows. So this is from Kathy. You are the best godfather. Oh, thank you so much, Kathy. Again, it's not necessary, but appreciate it. So this is for you.
The dollars, let me have it, please. I got the dollars. Let them have it. You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Let them have it.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Bemos, I did hear that, but I'm not sure which Susan that is. I do know of several Susans. But yes, that is correct. I'm trying to think who put it in the chat. Good morning, James from Mexico. Not sure you heard it right. Yes, Susan Gill did pass away. That was posted in the chat a little earlier. And for those who might know her, I'm trying to figure out who said it, so you maybe get to contact that person, which is Papa Smurf. Papa Smurf put it in the chat this morning. So if you do know who that is, maybe go. I got to find out who that is. I think I know, but I'm not 100% sure. The family in your thoughts and prayers. Angela, there's Paul. Hello, Paul. Good morning and welcome. I wanted to know if you did any room. Okay, that's just them talking back and forth. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start with some general questions. I know you, well, when I watched your channels, I noticed that you only sell right now on Poshmark, which is part of your applicable things on YouTube. Talk a little bit about that. And as far as how long it's been that you started selling, especially on Etsy?
Etsy, I started about 3 years ago, and it does very well for me. It just has a steady income. I am trying to update it because my photos are terrible. So, in order to do YouTube, I bought a new camera, everything. I live out in the wilderness. My internet is terrible. So, right now, I have two internets running in order to get this done. And I've changed from live sales to premieres, and it seems to work better because my camera will film good video. And if I'm in the sale and I try to show you something, it doesn't turn out very well at all. So, Poshmark, I started that one. If you're in the US, you can still join Poshmark Canada and look at the items that are there. And then you can message me and I can take it down and mail it to you that way. And you pay me through PayPal. But, what I started that one for is there's a young lady that moved from Jamaica to Canada and she's into fashion. So I said, come on, let's do this together. And it wasn't going fast enough for her. So she kind of weighed out on it. So I still have it. And I don't play around in it too much, but I'll get back at it when things settle down.
Right.
But my Etsy does well.
Now, when you started, though, you only did Etsy, or did you do any other type of platforms?
Oh, when I started, it was just Etsy. On my first was Facebook, actually, and I did there in my community. There's three 24-hour bid sites that I helped grow. And now they're too big, right? But when I first started, that's all I did is I put everything on the 24-hour bid sites. And within 24 hours, they had to buy it and they had 48 hours to pick it up. And I went through probably 30 items a day that would sell. And I just put them outside and they put the money under the mat kind of thing. And I went to work.
That almost sounds like what everybody was doing during the pandemic, when they came to porch drop off.
Yeah. And that's what we were doing. And because where I lived, it was safe because there was always somebody there because I had a fourplex. So I just put it there. And YouTube and Facebook is too small to steal or lie, or because you'll get caught.
Exactly.
Believe you me.
When are you still doing the Facebook marketplace right now?
No, I don't do very much. There's a few items listed, but I'm weaning it down. I have one storage unit in the city that I would like to finish getting rid of that stuff because it's all the larger items like dresser and headboard and that sort of thing. There's a few pieces left in there, but I've been working really hard to empty. I have 5 storage units, right?
Oh, wow. You'll be keeping
So
busy.
I just want to, yeah. Yeah, like I say, when I first started the auctions on Facebook in my community, it paid for my whole house to be built in 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So that was part-time, and I have a house to live in free.
For those that are just coming in, if you didn't catch the beginning of it, her link is at the top in the blue box of the chat. I know Jennifer usually drops links for everybody in the chat, but I figured I'd do this because she did bring that point up to me yesterday, which was a great idea. So when I have a guest on, I will pin it at the top, and her information is also in the description bar below if you're coming to rewatch the video. Also, make sure you check her out and then subscribe to her. I will go into a little bit more about what she does on her channel. Hello, Rescues and Resell. How are y'all doing this morning? Good to see y'all. Adam, there we go. Exploit, good morning, hello, and welcome. Mr. Keith says, hit the thumbs up. Yes, please. It is free. There's a lot of work, working and cleaning and storage units. Like Nana does a lot of house cleanouts. So that's practically somewhat of the same. You have a lot of work to do when you do those. So yeah. How long have you been doing storage units?
No, these are my items in storage because I moved to a tiny house.
Okay. I misunderstood that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. I had an 800 square foot garage and a 2-car garage and storage sheds when I had my fourplex. But when I moved into my tiny house, what do? I wasn't downsized enough. So I just put them
Right.
all in storage.
Yeah.
And I don't pay for my storage units. I'm very blessed.
Oh, that's great. Free is always good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see. Free can be good. Yep. Horizon Picks. Good morning, Joe. Roy, how are you doing this morning? Did you find anything that was talking back and forth? Everybody saying hello. I misunderstood it too. Either way, yeah, exactly. That's what I thought she was doing, but I didn't realize it was more for her stuff. Now, again, you have the one mini small house that you live in, and you said you do have another one that you strictly use for your products.
Well, yes, I use it for shipping and filming. Yes, I do have 70,000 items to sell, little Debbie. Yeah. So I'm in my tiny office and it's just for shipping and filming my videos. So it's just like an RV. All it has is like a table and a little kitchen and a
Mm-hmm.
wood stove in it. So I just hang out here. The table's enough room to do a sale on, and it works for me. And then sometimes I'm in my house doing it because I have 2 little dogs who don't like it at nighttime when I'm out here, and they're not.
Right. Now, my next question is: I know I've been watching your channel for quite a little while now. How long have you been actually doing YouTube?
I had one video on YouTube of my dogs years ago, well, 5 years ago when I first got my puppy, my youngest one, and that was it. So January 30th, I did my first YouTube. And that was an unboxing from an auction I bought out of Edmonton, Alberta, which is about a 10-hour drive, 9 to
Mm-hmm.
11 hours away from me. And so I did an unboxing, and I planned for 2 months to try and find something that's gonna pow and get my channel going, and it worked. I was monetized in 5 days. So just doing unboxings from that auction. Some people will know Curiosity Inc. in Edmonton, Alberta, and they had bought contents of a house called
Mm-hmm.
Madame Rack, the musician's house. And so they watched the series, and everybody was saying, "Oh, I want to see more inside the box. What are you doing? What's there?" So I thought, well, I'll just go to auction and buy as much as I can, bring it home, and unbox it so they can see it. So I bought 56 lots at that auction, and it was $7,500. And I'm about 3/4 of the way through getting my money back just from the auction, not talking
Wow,
about expenses of travel and stuff.
that is awesome.
So I'm just doing quick pop-up sales for her items, Madame Rack, to
Mm-hmm.
finish off getting my money back for that. And then that I don't track it. Once I hit my mark of getting my money back, then I just stop tracking.
Right.
I don't worry about it after that.
That's pretty good though, because again, you're already in the profit, so why you shouldn't have to worry about it after that.
Right. I just want to make sure the decisions I'm making are right.
Right. Exactly.
Because a lot of people can't just do a 7,500, but I did borrow the money off my line of credit to do it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
being monetized right away, and now the money is paid back. And
Right.
it was, if you could find a niche to get your channel to blow up, that's the key to oops, my
Now,
footrest just fell.
so how did you find the Lord, I'm having a brain freeze. The channel you just talked about. I don't know why I'm having a brain freeze.
Curiosity Inc.
Yes,
Because
Curiosity Inc.
they don't, yeah, they don't live very far from me. Like it's only a 10,
Is that the
they're
one
the
that also has
province
the antique
over. In the
mall?
States, you call it the antique store. Yeah. And
Okay,
I
that's
followed them for quite some time.
uh huh.
And I thought, well, I wanted something to blow up my channel, and I was fortunate
Right.
enough, and I said, I have a roommate, and I just call him LP because it's easier when I type his name. It's not Lawrence, right? So I
Right.
have a roommate, and I said, this is my plan. He says, well, everything that you do works, so I'll go get the stuff. And so he drives there, and him and his brother loaded the truck and drove back, and I just unboxed it, and YouTube is paying me for, paying me back for my investment for the travel and stuff. So
Right.
it works for me.
What is the most that you've ever sold, or the highest piece of item that you've ever sold on Etsy?
On Etsy,
Yeah.
well, not very high, probably $120.
And what is it you actually sell? Is it any particular one item, or is it all vintage, or what is the main thing you sell?
The main thing I sell is sewing patterns. That works for me, and they're vintage ones. And so with the auction at Curiosity Inc., I tried to buy as many sewing patterns as I could to bring more traffic to my Etsy page. My
Right.
pictures in Etsy, I want to refresh them because they're dark from my old camera, and I just haven't taken the time. So next week I'm going to not be on YouTube as much, and I'm just going to refresh those pictures and refresh my page and get it up and running again.
So how many items do you have
Because it
listed right now on
needs,
Etsy?
800 and something. I've sold quite a bit in the last 2 weeks. That's why I'm hesitating, because every day during the week, this 2 weeks, I've done an hour pop-ups all week, and I've just been going $5, $2, $5 just to move, so I can have some room to move around. And
Right.
I'm on the West Coast, so I'm British Columbia, Canada. I'm pretty close to the West Coast. I'm only
That
about
place is
4
beautiful.
hours away from the ocean. So where I live is outside of the town. Yeah, Curiosity Inc. is great. I live out of town of the place that I grew up in. And the place I live is Knuff Lake, Knouff. So you can Google that. There's a resort at the north end of the lake, and I live
Uh-huh.
at the south end.
Oh,
It's
cool.
beautiful here.
As far as you were talking in reference to your patterns, do you typically use, when you selling or trying to sell those patterns? Are they all brand new, or are they used or complete, or how do you do your patterns when you're looking for those type of things to sell?
There's both. So if you're looking at them, if they're complete and haven't been cut, then I just do a flat fee of $12, Canadian, which is just under $10 US. And
Right.
then if they've been cut, I announce that they've been cut and to what size they've been cut to. And I assume everything's there because I'm not a seamstress. I don't know how to sew. I don't know. But I got 2 cases of sewing patterns on Facebook bid site. And I thought, well, what I started with was the furniture that you revamp and everybody chalk paints. And that's what
Right.
I started with. And people do use the sewing patterns for Mod Podge and using on their suitcases and blah, blah, blah. So I thought,
Right.
well, I announced them as Mod Podge and sewing patterns. And it just, like, I sell about 10 a week, which isn't a lot. But with my channel being so new and small, that
Right.
I keep a steady flow of income just from that, and that
Right.
pays for my internet.
Right. Now, when you were talking about your pop-ups, so are you still doing like pop-ups like lives, or are you doing both the earlier you and I were talking in the back room about how you do the daily pre-recorded
Premieres,
buy it now premieres. How is
right?
that working out for you when doing that type of auction compared to doing a live pop-up?
So I do it a few different ways, and on my lives don't work because my internet is so bad where I am. And I go to show something and you can't see it. Like it was so blurry. So now I do mine in premieres and I pre-record them on my camera. The vision is way better. And now
Mm-hmm.
people aren't guessing because Thursday nights I do bring back the brooches for an hour
Mm-hmm.
at 10 p.m. Eastern. And so that's a niche. I wanted something that other people could see. I love brooches and I have hundreds of them. So I thought, well, I'll bring back the brooches and I'll just do 1 hour on Thursday. And
Right.
then I'm in the chat talking, calling it in the chat. I'm still with everybody. And my the people who are in the chat are saying, this is way better this way, Mel. We can see it and we understand what we're buying.
Right.
And it's just because of where I live.
Right.
And so I do those premieres and they're working really well. It's only been 2 weeks. They're really working well.
All right. I
And
want to go ahead
then
and
I
cover a
do
couple of
pop.
comments real quick after you finish. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No worries. I do pop-ups. I pre-film them
No, that's good.
and I do two 30-minute ones and I put them on at 2 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. And I've just done that the last 2 weeks. And it's just first person who type it in the chat gets it. And then I just go through and I look at it afterwards and I give you a heart if you're the winner.
Now, are you able to do this like when you're doing your premieres? Are you actually selling them where while you're doing the premiere itself, are you actually acting and doing the sales in the chat with them as well?
Yes.
That is cool. I've
So
never
the
would have thought of that.
premieres and then I'm in the in the premieres, I get to chat with everybody. I can say hi and I can call who gets it, who wins. It's
Mm-hmm.
do they have a question? What's the measurement? And I measure it and I type in the answer. And yeah, it's working well because of my system is so bad here.
Right. Well, that's a good idea because I would
There's
have
always
never
a
thought of that.
workaround.
Yeah. And again, if it's working, keep doing it because I would have never thought of that. Now, I have seen people that do a pre-recorded without a premiere. And then what they do is whoever types it in the chat first, they will go through it and in the description, they will go ahead and say this item sold, or if they have a number system, they have gone back and put this item has sold. But I like your idea too because of the fact that you can actually sell it and know who's buying it right then and there within your chat while you're premiering it. And that was a great idea. I would have never thought of that. Let's see. I've been in
Yes, and I
DC and
use
AB
both.
for maybe for -40. Ugh, that's bold for me. I want to cover something real quick, and I know this is something that I had struggled with on my 100 sub all the way up to 1,000 sub. A lot of times you got to remember one thing, a couple of things. When somebody's subbing to you and they don't go back and watch your channel on the actual, because I know some people have multiple channels and they'll go and they'll sub to some of their favorite people on both of their channels. And if they don't go back and watch anything or comment or thumbs up or anything with your channel, when YouTube does this purging every night or every week or however they're doing it, that's why we lose so many subs at one time. Because again, you may be going in the chats and people are subbing to you, but remember, if they don't go back and watch your video, pull up a video, comment on it, give a thumbs up or anything like that, that's where you definitely also the fact that if somebody doesn't have any content and they're subbing to you, sometimes that will fall off as well as your sub count. So don't get discouraged because I've been there. We all been there. And again, it will go back up and just give it time. Be consistent in chats. Communicate with others when there's questions and ask, question and answer kind of things. Get involved, kind of ask. If you know something, give your answer, that kind of thing, because that does help a lot. I was unsubscribed to you, Susie. Yeah, and that's another thing. One of the reasons why I like y'all putting the links in the chat in this platform is for you to promote your channel. So in case if somebody has been watching your channel, because that happened to me several times. I'm watching somebody that I know I'm sub to. I watch on a regular basis every week. They want to subscribe. So when you go to someone's channel, don't just go to your sub list. Go to that channel. See if that little subscribe button at the bottom is in red. If it's in red, turn it gray. That means you're not subscribed. Make sure you turn it gray so you know you're subscribed. And so that can help you making sure you still get to watch the good contents that you like and not miss out on anything by hitting that. There's three of the bells. Hit that very top one because that gives you all notifications, so that'll help you as well. If you have any questions for Melanie, go ahead and put it in the chat and or Put the word questions and or at Kajun Root so I can catch that for you. Nana was saying she had did some premieres and it's not doing too well for her. But she has one premiere scheduled at 10 a.m. this morning. I don't expect to do too well with that. Well, you just never know, Nana. Think positive. I know you were talking to me, Kevin.
Tomorrow
Okay,
morning, sorry.
go ahead.
Tomorrow morning, I have premieres going, and mine is all purple. I'm just selling anything that's purple. And so I do mine in 30-minute intervals. So I'll do 3 or 4, and that's my premieres for tomorrow.
Oh, okay. And so how many you have scheduled for tomorrow?
3 or 4. I'm going to
Oh,
stop as
sure
soon as I run out of the items that I have picked out for the sale for tomorrow. So I have like 5 cases of purple here. So I usually can get a half hour out of each case.
Now, what is your typical amount of items that you try to do in a premiere when you're doing those type of auctions?
Close to 60.
Wow, that is awesome.
But
Are you
not
doing
everything sells.
right? Now, are you doing anything like choices of, or it's all just buy it now?
I'm buy it now and I'm not doing offer ups or anything. It's just, this is the item, this is the price, this is the number, and that's it. It just
Right,
works for me because I'm handling everything here by myself
right,
and I don't have somebody, you know, but everybody in the chat, they help. Oh, this and that, and so got it. And I mean, everybody is so helpful. Like, you can't go wrong.
right. Do you have anybody that comes in and makes requests on maybe the next items that you bring up on the next premiere that they'll ask you, do you have, and then you bring it up to the next one?
I get a lot of people who have watched. I've done like 60 unboxings, and I have a few regulars that just email me and tell me the timestamp on my video and say, I want that pink thing at 10:14, and how much are you going to charge? And I tell them, and they say yes or no, and I hold the items and then I ship them out, combined shipping for a few people. I can't do
Mhm.
everybody, but
Right,
because of being in the tiny house, and then
correct.
I just ship them off in a case.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Jennifer is correct. When it comes to your channels and you're worrying, don't worry too much about your subs, so than your watch hours. I know when I first started, I didn't look at it that way. I looked at it as on my subs, my subs, my subs. But I find that more after, I want to say more after than when I hit the 300 mark. I shifted myself against the stop worrying about the sub count, and then I started thinking about what can I do to improve my watch hours. And I find that the more I was doing on the concentrating on the watch hours, improving the way I could do different videos, it seemed to help. This is my opinion for me more so than worrying about the actual sub count. So that's one of the good things that Jennifer's making a good point about. That's what I did when like I said, once I hit 300, I just stopped thinking about it. I just basically started looking at my watch hours, trying to do something different every time you do a video. What's going to get them to stay? You may have some people that might go in and go out, but you want to see what the retention is going to be most of what people want to stay for. So yeah, that's one of the things you may want to think about because it took me a while to figure it out, and what you all do that, but yeah, it will happen. You just got to be consistent and work. Let's see here. Everybody's saying hello, purple. I'm not sure what that's about. Toilet. I'm sorry I missed everything. I'm just working and looking. Thank you for being here, Emo said you're fine. Good morning, Paul. How are you doing this morning? Good to see you. How's everything on your neck of the woods? Let's see. They aren't subbed yet. That's right. That's the way I look at it. They're not subbed yet. Speaking of that, I had just found out yesterday, and one of the things I'm happy to say that I am very blessed to have each and every one of you on the morning shows or on all my channel videos, and you comment and leave feedback. Watch my watch hours go up because of you all. I find now that I just looked at my results yesterday, and 92.7% of my watchers are subbed. and only a little over 7% are not subbed. That is a major mark for me, seeing those type of numbers. It's again because of you all that this is happening and being possible. And so I want to thank each and every one of you for always doing that, coming back and watching the videos, watching the replays, making comments, leaving them down there for me. Also, remember that the thumbs ups are free. Making sure you subscribe is free. So thank you all so much for constantly doing that, because that is a big help to this channel. So yeah, and don't forget today at 10 p.m. 10 a.m. Eastern, you do not want to miss Paul's channel live this morning. He's got a special guest that I've been watching and following for quite a long time, and he will be on Paul's channel this morning because I saw it in the thumbnail. You do not want to miss it, so definitely go check it out. Nana Tate, please email me. That's you two talking back and forth. Annie, hello, good morning, and welcome to you as well. Everybody's saying hello, good morning, Geezer. Kent, how are you doing this morning? Good to see you. They all talking back and forth. Good morning, Adam Hartman Maid. How are you doing? Just want to stop by, support, pop in. Thank you so much, Adam. That is greatly appreciated. And I thank each and every one of you for doing that as well, because I know a lot of people tell me that. And sometimes I'm afraid to do that because I don't want to hurt no one's feeling when I'm going in and out of the chat. So I try to stay there as long as I can, and also make comments to let them know I'm there to support them. So when you started doing your YouTube and then you started doing Etsy, how are you actually sourcing to get your items to do on either platform? I know you said you don't really do too much on Facebook anymore, but mostly Etsy. So where do you do your sourcing when it comes to getting the things you have, including the over 70,000 items you have in your inventory now?
Well, what happened was I started the Facebook auctions just to downsize. I had furniture that I had vintage furniture like end tables and, and they just revamped them. And I was in a tight community that they would email me and say, I'm looking for this, Mel. And I would just go shopping at secondhand stores and pick them up and sell them off to them. Or I'd find a really good piece for $5 and I'd chalk paint it and I'd sell it for 75. And I only spent 2 hours on the thing. So
Right.
it was just that was my thing. But then I realized when I was moving, I had to get rid of the bigger items. So I still have a few that I got in storage auctions, and I don't want to deal with the bigger items anymore. So once those are gone, that's it. And
Okay.
then I haven't had to source, I haven't shopped in 2 years since things changed, other than I bought the 56 lots at the auction. But I have enough stuff here that I just go grab a box at a storage. I film my car, I bring it home, I unbox it, I deal with it, and then anything left over, I put it back in the box and put it back in storage.
Okay.
There's no
Now,
reason to go shopping.
okay. And so when you're doing your online auctions, when I say online, meaning you pop up premieres the way you do, are you into is it all like one piece, or do you do mostly lots? And how do you assess that when you're doing your premiere buy nows?
So what it is like I will just fill the table with different items, china, a coffee or a teacup, or I have some of these items here that I sell and crafters use. So you'll hear the plastic, and it's just different items. Some are brand new. This is brand new, and I sell them. And it's a glass bulb that you
Hold on,
hang,
let me make
and
you big so we can see what you got. There
oh,
you go.
sorry.
That's okay. No,
So
you're
this
right.
is a glass. It's about 3 inches and
Uh
it's
huh.
brand new. It's glass and it has the hook on it. And crafters, if you want them, I sell them $4 each. So I have multiple colors. So there, I just show them one item and they can, do you have any in red? Well, yeah, I have a case of red. And, so I just get people that way. Or if it's a vintage item, I'm just grabbing stuff off my
Right.
table.
Not a curiosity. What was that
So
item you just showed us? What was that for?
the item, okay. So this item is a piece of glass. I make light catchers to hang in the window. So
Mm-hmm.
these work very well for light catchers. Sorry, I
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
prepared to show anything. So I say, they're 3 inches long. Did you want any for your light catchers? And people say, yes, I'll take 5. Well, I make candles. So I sell, like, I have brand new candles, butane lighters. I
Uh-huh.
ship them empty. And if you want one of these butane lighters, then you just say, well, I want 2 of them, right, for my
Mhm.
candles. Or I sell the wax melts for crafters that want to do their own wax
Right.
seals. So these are on my Etsy page. If you want to buy them, I have multiple colors. And every once in a while, I'll do a premiere and say, oh, don't forget, I have these on my Etsy page if you want them.
Uh-huh.
And then just direct them to Etsy.
Now Paul
So
says, he
then
says,
I
I
will,
thank you. I owe it all to you. I owe it all to the get. Wait, I'm sorry. He says, Paul says, thank you. I owe it all to the great people in the reselling community. Okay, because he just hit 1,600 subs. That's what it was. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, that's awesome. No worries. So then, like I went to the auction and I bought these mystery boxes, more or less. You got to see 3
Mm-hmm.
items. And so it's like Madame Rack, people want a piece of the story.
Right.
Any of her items are pretty far away, but I'll just go, this isn't hers, but I'll say, oh, this is Madame Rack's. It's vintage. It's red and silver and it has glitter. And if you want it, it's $8, number 6. And then I just hold it there for a minute and that's it. Pardon me. I've been talking so
You
much for the
okay?
last 2 weeks. I have a irritated throat.
Sorry to hear that.
But if you watch 1 or 2 of my videos, then it's self-explanatory how I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody does things differently. And if you can pick
Exactly.
one thing from somebody else, maybe it just fits you better. Thanks,
Right.
Jennifer.
Now, what would be the one or a couple of ideas or suggestions or tips that you would give someone in reference to the way you are now doing the online buy it now premieres versus online auctions?
The premieres,
Yeah, like what
one,
would be your best tips
it's
for those for people?
yeah, the one I did last night, they didn't. I had the shakes. I have a hand tremor, so my arms
Mm-hmm.
were shaking too much. But when I'm doing that, I'm more connected with everybody. Thank you. Because I can concentrate on the chat and not
Right.
trying to show something, read the chat, do all that. So I can focus on the items, and I can, I'm ready for that. And then I can just focus on the chat and chatting with my friends, right? And I enjoy it more because I seem to be able to spend more time with my friends in the chat.
That is an awesome idea. Like I said, I would have never thought of that. Especially the way you're
It's
doing
just
it.
because you have, yeah,
Go ahead.
because I have bad internet. Sorry, there's a hesitation.
No, yeah,
I have bad internet. You have to figure out something.
and that's a good idea. Let's see. I'm going to go through some of the comments, make sure I get caught up again. Everybody's talking to each other in the chat. Thank y'all so much for always being here. Please do me a favor. Check to see if you got the thumbs up for the channel. And if you have any questions for Melanie, go ahead and put it in the chat. That way we can get answers to maybe something that you're thinking of or have a question about. Um, Melanie does a lot more now instead of doing like pop up and live auctions like we do. She basically does a lot of the actual pre-recordeds, but she premieres them. And I've been noticing because I did check out a lot of your items. And I watched you a lot, your channel a lot. But the biggest thing I noticed is when I go to your Etsy store, you have a lot of great and old vintage patterns. Um, so are all your items already listed on that type of items, or do you have more you can already list on those, or how's that going for you?
I probably only have a dozen that are not up listed. So because they do so well for me, um, My weakness, if I could have somebody finesse me, because your hashtags, your keywords, everything like that is my weakness. And I
Mm-hmm.
have to change my thought pattern of, oh, I'm just going to post it and it will sell. Well, your keywords are the most important piece when you're trying to do these things.
Right.
And I lack at that. Um, I finally have the ability to use my cell phone to post on Instagram. I couldn't do that before. So
Right.
Instagram is really good, you guys. Do like get people to follow you, to know you a little bit. My friends are following me from YouTube now on Instagram so they can see what I'm going to have for sale. But I just if any of you out there know anybody who is willing to help with the, what do you call it, like promotional part of it, that
Collaborating.
I lack. Yeah, the getting people out there. No, I've
Right.
never been an eBay seller. I only do Etsy, Poshmark Canada, a little bit
Mm-hmm.
on Facebook now, and YouTube.
So have you ever thought of maybe doing something like either on Amazon and or eBay?
No, it stresses me out
I understand
because
that.
I'm just new to all this. And the
Yeah.
reason that YouTube works for me is because my photographs are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And I have hand tremors. So the camera and doing all that, it just, it's easier for me to show the item on YouTube to you. And,
Mm-hmm.
and so the items now, I've downsized about a third of everything I've done in the last 2 weeks. Then I only have to work on the 2/3 to get them listed.
Right. And Debbie, that's correct. It's more like collaborating and networking with others. And that's what's good about going in the other channels when you are able to, and they tell you, and that's one of the things we have to respect in other chats. Someone you're in a chat of, be respectful and make sure that you can drop a link, especially when depending on what kind of video they're doing or live they're doing. Because if you do that, on the respectful side of it, if they're telling you to drop your links and like drop your links to your Etsy store or your YouTube channel and things like that. That's how you're not only going to grow. Also, the fact that people are going to get more eyes on your Etsy store and things like that too. And that's one of the other ways that you can collaborate and network with others as well, other than just being in someone's live or just doing premieres. Always open to collaborate with other resellers. Indeed, promoting the content is the key on YouTube. And that's so true, Roy. I struggle with the hashtag
Thank
pound systems and older times, tags, no clue. What I have learned and searched, which I need to do a video on, how to, I've learned that first of all, when you do your hashtags, when I first started, I had the hashtags in my title. Well, that was the wrong thing to do, first of all, because they basically have to be in your description. You can't do as more than 12 to 15, and you got to make sure it's what you're talking about in your video and all this kind of stuff. So that is important. But one of the things I've learned at the beginning was I was putting all my words, like for me, like I'm typing a sentence, like Cajun space roots Cajun, and the Cajun roots reseller was all space. Well, really, it needed to be all together. Hashtag in the front, the next one had to have a comma, then your next hashtag. So there's so many little things you have to learn about those kind of things that help your videos. And it took me a while to learn that. I had to do a lot of research and to do it right. And when I saw myself doing it more correctly, I find that my videos and watch hours started going up even higher. So that's definitely a big thing when it comes to hashtag. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Like
Gotta
last
go.
week I
Thank you.
put in a
Go ahead.
Yeah, last week I put in a comment. One of the mornings I was in last week, I challenge everybody this week to learn one new thing. If you don't know it, start. With me, if you work on something every day, it gets better and better. And for me, I'm a goal orientated person that, okay, hashtags, that I'm not very good at. So I'm going to
Mhm.
concentrate on those more this week till it becomes a habit. or doing a premiere. I tried it. It works for me. I've only done it for 2 weeks. But challenge yourself to learn a new thing and it will work for me. And that's what I'm doing. Every week I want to do something till I get it's second nature.
Right. Virginia says,
Like
I
I
did
don't
it
know how to
last
use a
night.
computer.
I made a live video to get help on my rent. I am learning how to these. Johnny, I am learning how to do these video tapings. And it will take time, but the more you do it and be consistent at it, the easier it will get for you. Trust me, I know. I still go back and watch it, and believe it or not, some people say don't do it, but I say do it because for me, this is my opinion. This is what I did. I would go back on a monthly basis, sometimes every other week, and I would go back and look at my old videos, see what I did, see what kind of transactions I had in the video. Did it help? Did I have more comments, no comments, whatever? And then the more I would do that, the better I would try to do my videos every time I would do a new one. So that's important for you to do that for yourself. I know some people don't like to go back and hear their voice and this, that, and the other, but it does help you in the long run. Good morning, Paul. How are you doing? Flipping Accounting. Hello and welcome. I think got to hear that all the names. Let's see. Oh, don't forget tonight. Is it tonight? Tonight at 7:30 is Buffalo Pickers video. I was surprised. I watch this video on a regular basis as much as I can that late at night. And I actually won. He gives away prizes, and it was amazing because I actually won a prize. So that was pretty cool. And I already got it like within 2 days. It was so fast. I have to call Sprint Tech a few months ago. They hashtag proud of signs. Not sure what that means, but hopefully you get that taken care of. Oh, no, that's a few months ago. How do you say it means proud? Silence. I'm saying passed from down from Godfather. I'm saying passed down from. Don't learn at least one thing every day. You're not doing it right. Exactly. You have to learn something new every day, and that's just the way I look at it. Trust me, I learn a lot, a lot. There's a lot of stuff I don't know, and it's like Robert's right there with the answers for me, you know. So sometimes I think I aggravate with too many questions, but again, I'm curious. I'm learning, so I have to want to learn. Good morning, Ella. Hello. Good morning and welcome, General. Good morning, guys. Getting ready for work and listen. Well, have a good day. Don't work too hard. Virginia, did you get your social security? Oh, that was yeah. Let's see. Moon got his treasures talking to each other. If you have any questions for Melanie, go ahead and put it in the chat. Does primarily online premieres of a list of items that she's selling. So that's how she does her auctions. And then, of course, she does have her YouTube channel. If you ever watched any of her contents, and if you haven't, go back and watch them because she's got some good content. Miss Taffy, hello, good morning, and welcome. Good to see y'all. Don't forget to drop your links in the chat so that others can see if they're subscribed to you, or if they lost their subscription page, they can resubscribe. And also do them a favor and just go watch a couple of videos here and there. I know a lot of people with videos. We can't watch them all, but at least try to watch a couple of them here and there. One of the things I want to mention to everybody is I am starting to do a spotlight on channels, and I'll run it to Friday. Like when I'll start it Friday morning, and I'll run it for a whole one complete week. And then on the next Friday, I'll change it to another channel as a spotlight. This week's channel, if you go to the bottom of the description, the very first, if you go to my channel and you happen to go to the spotlight, you will see that this week's spotlight starting today is the Cap Guy and JT. He's almost getting close to 1K. And he's been fighting with, just like I have been. Does great work. He does a live show every week with Angie Resell. He does a video every day. He's really doing the hard grinds with what he's doing on his channel. So he is my first spotlight featuring a channel starting today. And you can get all that information in the bottom of the video on my channel as the featured channel of the week. Check that out. You never know who's going to be on next week. Let's see here. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Everybody's saying hello. Jens Pittis got his link. There you go. That way everybody can check their channels out. Hello, Gina. Hello. How's everything going in your new home? I know you're just getting ready to get. I know how it is to unpack when you first move in a home. So, my thoughts and prayers are with you that you can get the strength to keep it up and get it going. Besides you working, I'm sitting and waiting for my wife at the tiny garage. In this tiny garage sale, so we go to the next one. Wow, talking she hasn't. Sorry to hear that, but yeah, this garage sales are picking up. Let's see here. Now, I think I'm getting close to where I can go ahead and add the live stream for everyone. Let's see here. And also today we're having a meetup. The meetup for 11. Out Country Sales Amber and Flipping Mike. Mike and Amber, the husband and wife team. Johnny, did you buy me a house that I don't wait? Johnny, did you buy me a house that I don't know about? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're right. It's not yours. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. It was somebody else I'm thinking of. Sorry about that, Gina. But no, I did not buy you a house. This is not the Oprah where you get a house and everybody else gets a house. But yeah, I forgot about that. It was Kelly, not you. Yeah. So hello, Gina. That's Kelly that moved, right? One thing I have to say though, it's been a interesting journey. I'm trying to keep up with everybody's. And again, it's not that hard sometimes. But when you have a lot of things going on and you're trying to keep everybody in your prayers and your thoughts and things that are going on, she said, "Damn." She said, "I'm looking forward to moving." So again, thank y'all each and every time y'all come in and support the channel. Do me a favor, make sure the thumbs up. Also, don't forget the first in the chat to when I go live does get the pie point. And when I put the video, when the video goes live on this channel, you get a comment. The first to comment, you will get a pie point as well. And every first of the month, I will then do drawings to give away the 12 count box of moon pies. So I just pinned the link and put the link at the top of the chat. So if anybody would like to come on and have conversations with myself and Miss Melody, you're more than welcome. Hello, Perfecting Pearls. And we met up with her yesterday. We did a meetup and we had went to this really nice antique shop. We both got a lot of good deals. It was great sales yesterday at this location. You get a house and you get a house and you get a house. Yes, exactly. Good morning, Mike. January house in the house. What's up, Mike? How are you doing? I saw somebody highlight my name and I don't see it. Oh, I saw it now. So good to see you, Mike. Don't forget to put the Jennifer's already on it. Don't even have to say anything. When are you doing your next auction? I'm so confused. I'm trying to keep up with everybody, and I just found out there's actually a link to a list of those doing auctions. So I need to go check that out. See y'all later. Have a good day, Nana. So yeah, our meetup, by the way, I forgot to say that. Yeah, they're gonna do an auction tonight on Angie's channel. There's gonna be Amber sales, Mike from Flipping Mike, her husband, back row bidder Chuck, and also hopefully Marcy. We're gonna be meeting up today and doing some thrifting and videos. Last night I had to empty out my memory stick from the GoPro because it was full. And so I did that because I was doing a lot of filming yesterday. A very cool thing in the city the town we were in, and I'll talk more about that in the video. I did do some video clips of what they were doing, and it was awesome. The only thing I'll have to say it's about Monopoly. KK got to head to work. Have a good day. Don't work too hard. Thank y'all for coming. I have the auction tonight at 8:30 with special guest Brute. There you go. There's the link. Put it in the chat for tonight. I'm hearing a low volume feedback. Actually, we don't know what it is, but it's her mic. She's having issues with something, but we did adjust it before the show. And it only comes and goes here and there. So hopefully that's one of the reasons she usually doesn't do lives. But again, I'm glad we were able to get Melanie on here because we want to feature her channel. And then again, thinking of things that we don't know about how she does her auctions. With her, she does them online in a premiere video that she actually is there to sell items, and it's more buy now. So that's one of the reasons we definitely wanted to get her on here. And again, if you want to come on and feature your channel and or talk about things that you do and bring to the table for those who may not know different types of ways that you source or how you do things on your channel, I am now booked to June 28th. So anyone who wants to come on as a guest, Go ahead and reach out to me on any of my social media. I do have also, which I just found out I didn't realize I had a link to my affiliate link for the TubeBuddy. It is a free platform, but I also have a paid version of it. So if you want to reach out to me in any of my social medias and want to be a guest, like I said, I am booking out till June 28th. I'm starting to book whatever anybody sends me if they're interested. So you're more than welcome. So yeah, definitely check that out. And the link's at the top of the chat now. So if you want to come on and talk about your channel, you're more than welcome to. So what is your goals? I know you say you love doing you downsizing to a small home. What is your goal for your Etsy and or your selling that you do online with your premieres on YouTube?
I would like to grow my Etsy better, spend more time on that, plus stick to my YouTube, of course. That's going to be the primary. But thank you, Perfecting Pearls. And the brooches that I've been selling, man, I had some from 1920s.
Oh,
They
wow.
were beautiful check brooches, and I just kept the prices low. I mean, they were $70 each, but for a brooch, but
Mhm.
it was a once in a lifetime thing.
Right.
So I do bring back the brooches for an hour. I just have little niches that I sit in, which cross over from each other. So I'm just still going to be doing downsizing. And then once I get enough room to move around in the one storage unit, I'm going to bring in craft supplies and do little, $20 bags, and you get a variety of items. And some of the items that I can get here in Canada or just in BC, British Columbia, you can't even get in Alberta, which is 10 hours away, let alone anywhere in the States. That's why it works so well that we buy worldwide, because you can't always get the items.
Right.
So I just thought I'd do some of those, but I needed to downsize enough where I could turn around in the storage unit.
Right. So talk a little bit about the patterns that you do. Is there anything that you look for when you're doing those type of patterns? And when I say patterns, because she does a lot of them on her Etsy store. What are the things that you look for when trying to buy those to list, as far as those are concerned?
If you're just starting out, just look inside, and it'll be folded very neatly or not opened. Stick to them. Any of them that are cut that you can see, unless you understand the pattern, stay away from. The older ones, the better, because you can't get them anymore. And
Sorry
everybody
about
is like, oh my God, I've been looking for this pattern for years and years, and they just
that.
want that one. So
Right.
you could have it in your secondhand store or thrift store, and they sell for $2 a piece, or you go to the church bazaars and they're 25 cents a piece. So sorry, emails are just popping up left, right, and
That's
center
okay.
here.
You're okay.
They distract me. I'm like, what do they call it, a crow, something shiny.
Yeah, I
Everybody's,
think most people call them
because,
squirrels here.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
one of the things I enjoy about patterns too,
um
I don't know if most people know this, but like Michael's and Joann's. I used to teach at Joann's in the craft section.
oh
One of the things that I enjoyed was they're bringing back the patterns and how to understand and use patterns and cutting out patterns.
yeah.
And so that is, to me, a dying breed, because when I was younger, I used to physically sit there and help my mom and my grandmother cut the right ones. They taught me how to cut them and pin them and cut your fabric and things like that. And so that is coming back. So if anyone's interested in doing that, check both of the places out. They do teaching classes on how to do those and learn about them. Good morning, Demos.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm blessed.
I know you are. I just came on to say, number one, Melanie, I understand what you're doing. Uh, it did in the vintage community that I was in before. That's actually a lot of them did their sales that way, and I don't know why I haven't tried it. So I'm
Yeah,
glad you brought it
I'm the
back
same way.
because that is, it's definitely a good way of doing things. I know that when they did it in the vintage community, the people in the chat really liked it because you were physically in the chat, or not physically, but you were on your computer in the chat. You could answer any questions right then and there, and you can still call who gets it. So yeah, I don't know why I haven't done it, because that is how a lot of them did it in the vintage community.
Yeah, because
I
Melanie was saying, go ahead,
was
Melanie. Go ahead.
worried about when I was worried about in the future when the chat goes so fast, how I
Right,
was going to keep up, sell the item. So I thought if I do it this way, then I have control over what I see, what I'm concentrating on. Um, I'm bipolar. I struggle with too much going on. So,
right,
with a disability, you just have to work around that too. So, disability, a bad internet, disability of my brain wave. And I had a motorcycle accident. So, when I say this is, chalkware, and then the next day I'll say it's plasterware because my
right.
brain doesn't hold it anymore.
Right.
That because I'm disabled also, and I have fibromyalgia, so they call it the fibro fog. So there are some days
Yeah.
that I'm like talking away, and all of a sudden I just forget the next word, and it could be a simple word, a word I
Yep.
use every day. So that is a problem, and I really like the way that I'm glad you brought that back up, because I think in the future I'm going to actually try doing a sale that way and see how it goes. Like I
Yeah,
said,
and I find it easier with fibromyalgia as an example. A lot of people with disabilities are doing YouTube. Well, it's too tiring to keep going all the time. So
right,
if you do a premiere, you've already filmed it. Now you're relaxing, you can pay attention to the chat, and it's not wearing you totally out.
right,
It's easier on me to do it that way, then I just concentrate on one thing and then I relax and chat with my friends.
yeah. I like I said, I don't know why I haven't done it. I don't know why, because I was used to things, quite a few of them doing it that way in the community that I was in before.
Yeah, that's why I
And
decided
I
when I started
haven't
doing the
seen it.
morning show with the guest, I've been watching a lot of channels like Melanie comes in the chat a lot. And so when I see people coming into the chat regularly or starting to come in the chat, I always go look up their channel and I will save at least the first one of their videos to where I can go back and watch it when I'm not doing something and I'm just
Right.
lurking and lurking kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's how I get to learn of what different people are doing. And that's why I like bringing different guests on because everybody does something different. Again, thinking
Right.
outside that box again to where it's like, you know what? I never would have thought of that. And so now that's why I'm bringing other guests on that do different things that I would have never thought of. You just
Right.
never know who's doing something that may help someone else that's maybe in a bind, can't do it like you were saying with your health.
Right.
You may, oh wait, I can do that way, so let me try it. So
Well,
thank you
have
for bringing that idea on because a lot of us didn't know that. Laura?
it from my lupus, I have problems. I film something ahead of time when my voice, it doesn't matter what my voice is like because I'm in the chat. So, that's really stupid that I've never done it and I know how to do it that way.
Right.
I'm an autoimmune nightmare. So, that's when my doctor calls me.
And again, that helps you get out of your comfort zone when it comes to things that you're not even thinking about. Oh
Right.
wow, I could have done that. I could have been doing that all this time.
Right.
But the best thing about it is with you learning something new and you can try to implement it into what you're doing now, if
Exactly.
it helps and goes, you get more sales that way and you get to where you can be more relaxed with it, it doesn't hurt to try it.
Right.
That's all you can just try it.
Then I
It
was
may not work for you. You don't know until you try it.
everybody tonight.
Okay, go ahead. I'm back. I can hardly hear you.
Tonight, 7 p.m. on my channel. It's myself and Marion. Melanie is taking the night off. She's going to a concert. I hope she has tons of fun. So Horizon Picks will be our guest tonight. So it's myself, Marion, and Horizon Picks tonight.
And there's the link Horizon put in the chat for the auction tonight. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern. There you can set your reminder for that.
Right.
Check it out and see what you can find.
And then on Saturday, myself and Melanie will be on Tiffany's Finds doing everything and anything. We always have fun. Come check us out. You never know what's going to come out of one of our mouths. That's all I can tell you.
I think that's an understatement. Would you agree?
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of some of your videos where you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
It was just, yes, it was.
Just never know.
Yes, that's right. You won't know until you get in there and check it out.
Exactly. You never know
Yeah.
what we're going to bring or what we're going to say. You just
Right.
know.
All right, everyone. I see that the numbers are going down, and so that gives me the cue. And that's how I usually end the show when I'm watching my numbers and they're going down on a steady number. So again, make sure you put your links in the chat. That way, if you have an special event coming up on your page, or you have some content you have coming out, go ahead and put your link in the chat. That way, you will get those reminders set. Let's see, I got a new guest on my live sale Monday at 5 p.m. Don't have the link yet. But yeah, still put your link to your YouTube channel, even though you may not have a link to your actual video setup yet. At least they can go there and set the reminders and the bell of all notifications. So when you do put it out, they'll have it right away.
Definitely. I mean, go
Thank you so much,
subscribe.
Johnny. I hope
Just so
you have
you
a
know.
wonderful weekend and God bless you. And thank you so much, Judy May. And just to let everybody know, today's the last day. We'll be live broadcasting here from the lake. We'll be heading back home tomorrow morning after our meetup today. We have a couple of little odds and ends we need to take care of here before we take the trip tomorrow. So look out for it in the future. I do have my meetup videos from yesterday with Perfecting Pearls and her daughter. And then, of course, we did have a meal. We had some lunch and had some time to talk and chat and shop. And then we had ended the day with some desserts, which was fabulous. So I will be having those in the videos coming up. And then again today we will be doing our meetup today with Amber and then Flipping Mike, her husband, and then Backroad Better Chuck. And hopefully we might be able to have Marcy. So look out for those videos because I will be taping. I have all 3 batteries charged up to my GoPro. I got the chest strap ready to go, and that's how I did my videos. And it was great to be able to have my hands free. Melanie, thank you so much. Wonderful weekend. God bless you and your family as well. Everyone have a chat. Yeah. So don't forget to put your links in the chat. And so, Melanie, go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about what you got going on your channel and what to look for in the days to come on your channel.
Well, on Saturdays I'm doing different times. So Saturday I do 12 noon Eastern time. I do my premiere sales, and they're 30-minute intervals. That's how my camera works. I don't know how to edit, so this is just how I do mine. And then I have Thursday nights, I do Bring Back the Brooches from 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern time. And I just fit between Patrick and Nancy at this overstuffed house. And just so there's no lag between the live sales. And then I'm just doing pop-ups. The last 2 weeks I did an hour every day of the week, and I ship out on Mondays. So invoice and ship out on Mondays, and it's working for me. I'm going to be a little slower next week. I don't know what's going to be happening. I've spent 3 days in the city. I have to go in again today with my mom. She's turning 87 and blind, so I'm spending time with her, helping. She's getting new flooring. And yeah, so we'll just see what happens. I need to clean up my office and my storage unit, and I'm working on that this coming week. And then I can calm down, because when I get this messy, I don't feel very calm. So I'll just calm down and clean up.
I'm at Patrick. He just came in the back room. Also, don't forget, I'm getting ready to put the link in the chat. Remembering that on June 16th, I'm gonna get the date so I keep saying the weekend of more before, but I needed the weekend ending June 13th. So anytime before the 13th of June, if you would like to be part of the commercial that I'm doing for my new intro, basically you watch the link I just put in the chat. or you can just put in the word Frankie and Johnny commercials from New Orleans, Louisiana on the YouTube search bar, and you get all the variety of different videos. You go ahead and watch those videos, and if you would like to be part of it, you can be as creative as you want. Pick any part of the videos that you want, and you recreate it in your way. Send me an MP4 or MP3 file. I will have already started a file for those who sent me items already. And then when you send it to me, I'll go ahead and put it all together and make a whole new commercial. And then I'll debut that on the 16th. Remembering, on June 16th, not only is it my birthday bash, I'm having a 1K party bash. And what's going to happen on that is that throughout the day, I'm doing giveaways. And when I say giveaways, means it's not going to be just one. It's going to be all throughout the whole show. Then we'll go ahead and break in between and do the auction, and still do the same thing there. And on the 16th, I'm going to have 2 paintings that I'll be doing that I did myself that I will be putting up for auction that day. And I'll talk more about that as we get closer. And then basically, it's going to be open to anyone who wants to come on, just like I do here after the shows in the morning. And what I'm going to do there is everybody is more than welcome to come in, celebrate, talk about what you've learned on the channel, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. So that's going to be all June 16th. But if you want to be part of the commercial, make sure I have the link or the clips video file by June 13th. That's why I want to hurry get that done. So I'll have it ready for the 16th, and then I'll debut it that day. So again, thank y'all so much for coming in. If anybody has anything before we close the show, go ahead and put it in the chat. Put your links to anything you may have coming up. And until we meet again, if you want to come in the chat for a little bit behind the scenes before we end the show, you're more than welcome. The link is at the top. And as I say before in each and every show, love always. Love is always free. Please be kind to one another until we meet into another chat. Have a fabulous and blessed day, weekend, until we meet again. Later.
Bye.